Hey toy fans, Aaron here. First up, I want to welcome all the new subscribers to this channel. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. But anyways, today we're going to check out the 3 3/4 inch version of Galen Erso. So let's head to that table and check him out. First up, we'll look at the figure with the card, and he does come to us on that Rogue One line. And that gives us the Death Trooper artwork in the upper right corner. And on the left side, as with all the other figures in this line, you get nice sketch artwork of the character from the movie. Very nice heroic pose of Galen Erso here. And then on the right side, of course, you see the figure in the bubble. And this guy does come with a mouse droid, surprisingly. Flipping over to the back side, it's the same again as the other figures in the line. On the top quarter-ish of the card, you got a write-up about Galen Erso being a scientific genius and being coerced by the Galactic Empire. And then below that, you got a big ad, as always, again, for the Star Wars Studio Effects app for playing around with the other toys and figures and stuff. And then the bottom part, bunch of legal information. And taking a look at it out of the packaging, I gotta say, I mean, I want so badly to really like this figure, but for me, the paint applications just make it fall apart. And I will say that it's going to vary figure to figure. Like the one that I have in the packaging isn't as bad as this one. So, I mean, I can't just slam all the Galen Erso figures. If you take a closer look at a figure you pull off the shelf, if you happen to find one on a shelf yourself instead of ordering online, you just might get a good figure. Taking a closer look at the sculpting of the face, I gotta say I do think the resemblance in the sculpt is there. Kind of that cheekbone structure in the face there, the way the hair is styled through the mouth area. I think there is certainly a very good resemblance to Galen Erso in the movie. Mads Mikkelsen, I think, was the actor that portrayed him. But what I'm not liking is just the way this beard is kind of like smeared on. I mean, he had more than like a 5 o'clock shadow going in the movie. Certainly not a full-on beard, but it just, I don't know, it makes the mouth area look pretty weird. And I do think most of that is because of the paint application. Also, you'll see on the sides of the shoulders, on the top there, you're going to see that split of where the figure is put together. And, you know, that's down through the neck, the top of the shoulder. And I don't think I've ever seen such a dark seam like that on any of the figures released before. I mean, certainly the seam exists. You can, if you look close, you see it on other figures. But this one just stands out on you, like right there. 2 halves put together. Getting down to the chest area, again, nice sculpting through here. I think the sculpting is good on this figure. On his right shoulder, you see that emblem. I don't know, what is that, for the scientific unit or something? I actually have yet to look up why that emblem is different than the rest of the Empire. But anyways, that top half of this shirt, kind of a nice mint green color. You do see the, the code sticks or whatever on each side of his shoulder, or chest, I should say. And, here too, it's a little bit oddly painted on mine, a little bit better on the one that's in the packaging. But aside from that, the rest of the painting on the coat and surprisingly through the belt look really good. I gotta say though, for some reason getting to the back of my figure, for some reason there's like little orange scuff marks on it. I don't know where in the world that would have come from in this packaging, but it's there. Anyways, looking at the hands of this figure, again, same story, the one that I chose to have as an opener, and I did that intentionally. Just the hands are even messed up. A lot of scrapes on it. You can see the underneath color, that's the original molding of the plastic. But getting down through the legs and the feet, the rest of that area does look very good as far as paint application. So overall, that's my biggest complaint, just the quality control on the paint application. Getting into the articulation of this figure, now again, it's just a standard 5 points articulation. You got the head that's on a little ball joint, so it does swivel around and even nods up and down just a little bit. Both arms at the shoulder area do go up, swing around, no problem there. And then at the legs, come forward and even go back just a little bit. And that's what you get for articulation. Now Galen does come with a few accessories, and first we're going to take a look at his blaster. It's nice looking. You do have a fair amount of detailing in the sculpt of this blaster. And I do think this blaster might be unique to the release of this figure. I don't recall seeing this gun, at least with another figure yet, although I will say I haven't opened everything yet. So if it truly is unique to him, I will say it is very nice to have a unique blaster with the figure. Especially since I don't think we saw him with one in the movie, so they really could have given him any gun with this figure. And then the second accessory Galen comes with is this little Zipline grappling hook here. We have seen something like this released with another figure. I forget who it was, though. And I don't know if it was exactly this same piece. But anyways, at each end, it's kind of a little grappling hook that you can wrap around something, hook it to the string. Do that on each end. And then you slide the figure's arm in through here and grab it onto the handle. She doesn't grab too well. And once you have each end wrapped around, you can just pretend that he's ziplining down. I will say that I've got him on the way that the picture shows, but if you take a look at this, he doesn't really slide down all that well on his own. Kind of got to just drop him. But if you have him going backwards, he slides great. As you can see, that is the way the hand is supposed to grip this, and he's facing forward. Well, so anyways, that's the Zipline accessory. And then finally, I don't know if you'd want to call this an accessory so much as maybe it is just kind of another figure. I mean, it's a mouse droid. The detailing on this thing is pretty nice. I mean, it's just a mouse droid. There's not much to them. The wheels do move on the bottom. They just clip in. Nothing fancy, you know, not great wheel movement, but it's a little bit. You're not going to really be able to push it and roll it along. And then one thing I noticed as I was taking a closer look at this is the side panels pop off. And that gets you just a smidge of detail underneath. And I gotta say, I don't know that I've ever noticed that before on a mouse droid. I've never taken so much time to look at one either, so maybe that's nothing new, maybe it is. So that's Galen Erso and all of the accessories that come with him. Overall, I do like this figure. I think the sculpting is there, as I said. It's just in the paint applications, and more so through that face area. The smudged on beard application is just what I don't like about the figure. And then, of course, seeing the seams along the top of the shoulder and through the neck. Some of that, again, like I said, that just might vary from figure to figure. All right, gang, that wraps up this look at the 3 3/4 inch version of Galen Erso. I'm interested to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.